Hi Brandon, how are you? Use the mic. I want the mic. Oh, it's here. All right. Any message for Media Friends?
Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it.
You can sit down already. So how are you, Brandon?
I'm doing good. I just came back from a trip to China. So I was in Shanghai and I was in Wuxi. So that was a very fun trip for a new business venture that I'm starting.
Have you rested already since the pageant?
Konti lang.
Konti lang.
I'm still catching up, but it was a long trip in China, so I still got some hours of sleep to catch up on.
Okay, talagang on to the next one, si Brandon, right? After making history and bringing us to the highest placement in Mr. Supranational.
Yes.
And speaking of another placement, let's call on another woman or another individual who made... Wow, love it! Any message for the Media Friends?
Yes, of course, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po sa pagdalo ng aming press conference. So excited to answer all the questions.
Ganda si Alethea. Okay, so hello Alethea and Brandon. How are you, Alethea? Before we go to the questions, how are you? Have you rested since the pageant?
Mabuti naman po. Actually, the whole time I was resting. I was really taking my time to go to the new journey that I'll be taking, and I hope we'll be able to talk about that later.
Yes, definitely. So, before we go to the media Q&A,
merong isang bagay na i-share ko during the competition. The competition itself made me a better person. Kasi hindi ko in-expect na I would be pushed to my limits. Doing my hair and makeup every day. You know, you have to be ready at 8 a.m. You have to have your breakfast already. You have to interact every time and learn every time with your sisters. Because to us, that's the point of the competition. Really getting to know one another and learning from one another, besides representing your own country.
I love it. By the way, she did her own hair and makeup today. Wow. To the media, what's next for the both of you?
So right now, I currently have a cafe and bar in Poblacion, and we're opening up in 2 to 3 months. So guys, please come through. It's called Treehouse, and we're right before Rockwell. So please come. And I just came back from China because I'm opening up a sleep performance company. So we are just sourcing all of our fabrics over there in China with manufacturers. So be on the lookout for that. It's called Rest Day.
Rest Day.
Rest Day.
Take note, rest. Sharing that with others if you're not able to do that.
Oh yeah, but I'm still getting my rest there. Come on, my skin is still doing well. It's still doing well. I'm healthy. I'm drinking my water, guys. It's all good.
I love it. How about you, Alethea? What's next? I know you have plans, but maybe you want to share.
Actually, I've been talking with Mama J and the whole Empire team. I've been telling them I want to enter showbiz. And not right away, of course, we need preparation. But it's one of my dreams. And I'm looking forward to going through that journey with everyone.
Yes. In her own words, she wants to be a superstar. Ay, di ba superstar yung sabi mo?
Sabi naman.
Kaya yun.
And then I left my sash sa backstage. She even went there and went back dun sa place namin where we're settling before the top 5. And after that, after the top 5, akala niya part pa rin ako ng top 5. So she was like, I'm rooting for you, I'm so proud of you. And she's like, who do you think will win? Sabi ko, I have someone in my mind. Pero sabi niya, what do you mean? You're still part of the competition. So the whole time, hindi niya alam, I'm out of the top 5 and she was still rooting for me. And I think that moment, na parang teary-eyed lang ako kasi sobrang na-touch ako how she wants me to be there and really win. So that type of friendship is not something that you can find just by, you know, talking to someone. It should be having a connection with your sisters throughout the competition.
Brenda. Dami memories, pero I think for me, the most important one was raising the flag during the competition and also raising it during our practice rehearsals. Like having having your country flag on your back and being able to raise it and say the country name, it just gives me goosebumps. And especially because I had a lot of bashers on my Poland trip, guys. I mean, I have a lot of haters. They're like, this guy is not representing us, he's representing Guam, and he's not Filipino, he's not brown enough. It's like all these things, like I was just, it's never enough. But when I'm there and I'm raising the flag and I'm saying the name of our country with pride, no one has anything else to say. And it filled my heart with a lot of joy. So I would say those are my favorite memories. Thank you.
What made us...
Yung specific place sa Poland, anong place nga ba yan?
Yes. So we stayed at Belmont Hotel. It was in Nowy Sącz, if I said it correctly. But we stayed in a different hotel. So for me, the most memorable place would be the Wawel Castle. It's a UNESCO heritage place where we all went to this beautiful place. And also the salt mine. It was so deep. I didn't know that they mine the salt that deep in Poland, and it's been there for years. So I think learning about the UNESCO heritage, which is aligned to my initiative about culture, really had an impact in what it means to be a cultural torchbearer.
So good. What I'm gonna miss the most about Poland was the buffet at the hotel. Now I have to wash my dishes now that I'm here at home, so it's kind of hard, but the food was good. They had a way better hotel than us, by the way, okay? They put the girls up in a 5-star. They put us in a motel, man. But I'm definitely gonna miss the food for sure.
I learned 2 important lessons. First is you have to stay focused. Kasi the whole time, just like Brandon, we were bashed by in social media, and we were underestimated for what we can show. But then, it's important that you know yourself, you know what you're doing, you believe in what you're doing. And with that, the second thing that I have learned also is to have a higher purpose to whatever you are doing. And to me, that is to become a cultural torchbearer. I thought at first it's just for the country, but doing it with that purpose made me more immersed with the situation. And I would say Supranational is not a competition at all, it's an experience.
For me, it's 2 things. The first thing would be being able to rewrite the story that you have about yourself. So I'm sure everybody in the room here can understand what I'm saying. So for instance, when you're given an opportunity that doesn't sound like something you would take up, you would say to yourself like, no, that's not me, I wouldn't do, that's not me, you know? These are opportunities for us to rewrite who we are, because before the whole pageant thing, when I was offered this opportunity, I said, this is not me. But then I had to think outside of myself and say, you know, who am I, really? And when I'm giving myself an opportunity to grow and figure out who I really am, I gotta try different things. So be open to try different versions of yourself. The second thing is when you're competing in anything that you do, give it your all, okay? So if you're gonna be a waiter at a restaurant, be the best that you can be at that job. If you're gonna be a pageant queen or a king, do your ultimate best. And that's what I did when I was there. I did everything I could so that we could place high enough. And now we're here.
You are the first ever Miss Supranational Asia and Oceania, coming from the Philippines.
Sobra po akong nagulat nung tinawag yung Philippines. Kasi during the top 12, nung nagbigay na kami ng speech, hindi ko alam anong sinabi ko. And ayokong tignan online because I know it would affect me. So the whole time I was asking all the girls, all the Asian, actually most of the Asians, especially Nepal, what did I do, how did I do, kamusta? And they were like, no, chill, it's okay, you did well, you did great, you know, you have to believe in yourself. And those things reassured me. So when Philippines was called, I was so surprised because everything that they told me backstage, it was true. And it paid off. And I would say I wouldn't be here without them, without my mentors. Winning Words, Mama Nino, Mama Jules, Ate CJ Opiaza, and the whole Empire team. And thank you, Sir Pao, for being here.
Thank you so much. And for Brandon, since this, I believe this is the highest placement for our Mr. Supranational Philippines. How do you feel about that?
I'm very proud, I'm very happy. It's not about me at the end of the day. It's about the country I'm representing. It's about you guys. You guys, giving me the opportunity to do this. So I'm just happy I could be a tool and a representative for you guys to go up there and show that, we could compete. We could compete on a big stage. Yeah. You're welcome.
Ako na daw. A lot of Filipinos doubted you during your competition. So a lot of people says na like hindi ka daw prepared. It seems like you're not prepared during your competition. So how do you feel that moment? I know na may times na nababasa mo the comments, the messages. So ano na yung message mo for those people?
Okay, let's talk about during that time. So during the competition, lahat ng negative feedbacks, I take it to my heart, okay? So really, I try my best to improve. When they talk about my eyeshadow, when they talk about my hair, my styling, I do my best to improve. But then again, I realized I was in this competition because I envisioned myself to be a queen. So it's not about what they tell me, it's how I show myself, it's how I envision who I am as a person. So what I did is really shut all the noise. I focused on what's important, and that for me is to represent my country that time. So now my only message would be thank you for being the fuel, Kasi that time, I don't know what I was doing, but with all this negativity, I know to myself, that's not me. And who I am is the person who cares for her country and who loves what she's doing.
Ayun. Showbiz.
Yes, po, GMA, hello.
Wala. Ang paging daw po kamuson. So, may chance pa ba, if ever man, na bumalik ulit sa pageant yung isang Aletea?
Sa tingin ko po ngayon, gusto ko munang i-enjoy kung anong meron tayo and look forward to showbiz. But yung going back to pageantry, maybe I would say I need more experience. Kasi ngayon, kung sunod-sunod akong lalaban, it's the same Aletea, and I think I need a break from that. I want to become the best version of myself when I represent the country again.
Ayan. Sa mga umaasa po, nagsagot na. Last question. Aletea, during, I think, top 12, nagkaroon ng short speech na parang mabilisan. So, is it a prepared speech or on the spot lang yun?
Actually, we were given list of questions, somehow a topic on what it's gonna be. So, to me, as I've said with my Winning Words mentor, they've been there since Bulacan days. So, alam na namin how we can strategize on that. And really, all I said is about who I am as a person. A cultural torchbearer, my journey before being the Miss Philippines, and now, that story made us the first ever Miss Supranational Asia and Oceania.
Okay, congratulations again. And to Brandon, no question.
Thank you so much.
Diba?
Let's work.
Hi, Aletea and Brandon. Hi, I'm Edge Pageantology 101. Aletea, napansin ko during your Miss Supranational journey na sipag mo mag-post sa social media. I mean, yung highlights ng day 1 to end ng journey mo sa Miss Supranational sa Poland, parang hindi na namin kailangan mag-post about you because ano na, sa social media mo, sa Instagram mo, yung highlights ng lahat ng nangyari sa buong araw. So is it part of your strategy sa Miss Supranational or talaga ang dami mo na talagang time para mag-social media?
Sa katunayan po, kung kilala niya ako before the pageantry, hindi ako public person, like hindi ako mag-post about what's happening. dahil isa po akong introvert. Pero pagdating nung sa Miss Supranational, it was really a strategy to show everyone how I am. Kasi iniisip ng iba, ano ba itong ginagawa niya, ano ba itong ganyan-ganyan. Pero gusto ko ipakita, I'm doing great, I'm making friends. And totoo naman na iba talaga yung naging connection ko with them. Talaga pong natutuwa ko. Imagine, there are 7 lawyers, 2 doctors, and some of them are very established in the beauty industry sa iba't ibang countries nila. So it's really hard to compete and put yourself forward. But to me, I think having a good heart, just like what I said during the closed-door interview of Miss Supranational, I told Andre, I came here only with a good heart. And that good heart, I wouldn't want to end only in top 68. I want to push forward to top 24, top 12, and eventually have a crown. And I think they noticed me, they listened to me, and here we are today having this press conference.
Anong gamit kong application sa pag-edit? Magaling mo mag-edit, girl.
Hindi lang po ako yun. It's a teamwork. Actually, the Empire team and my personal team. Miss Bia, Sir Pao, ang caption.
Ang galing. At gusto namin yung gano'n, yung active social media talaga. Kasi minsan, pahirapan ko sa kami huhugot na mga i-post. Minsan sa story pang labo. Yung sa'yo talagang HD na with, lahat ano na. Yung detalye.
Sinipagan po natin mag-live. Para pag may mga questions sa on the spot, answer na lang.
Thank you. Ang ganda-ganda mo and good luck sa showbiz. And Brandon, I don't have question. Yes. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Congratulations. Love you.
Si Aletea was really working hard. After ng activity nila, ginagawa niya pa yun. Yung iba tulog na.
Diba?
Tulog na
Actually,
siya
siya yung
preparing.
pinakamasikot talaga sa social media na naging Miss Supranational Philippines. Ang galing. Thank you, El.
Sorry, takot ako sa mic eh.
Hi, I'm Armin Alina. Premature. Yeah, actually, I have a question for both of you. How do you find the winners in your respective competitions, and can you share a memory with them that we did not see on stage or in any social postings of the competition?
Did you ask about the winners of the competition?
Yeah, the winner of Mr. Supranational, and for Aletea, the winner of Miss Supranational.
Oh yeah, man. Fez, actually one of the people that I got really close to on the trip. And he's a testament of greatness. Like you don't really meet people like him all the time because he's so well balanced. Like he's not only funny, but he's also very smart and he's extremely social and he's accomplished in his career and he's everything. He has everything, you know. And it's just whenever I see him, I'm just like, man, I gotta be better. You know, I want to be a better person overall. So I think Fez is a testament to greatness, and yeah, I just remember like the days coming up to the competition, we're like at dance rehearsals and we just looked at each other and we're just like, it's gonna be you and me up there. It's gonna be you versus me. And I mean, I didn't get first runner up, but it's okay. Casey's also a really good person as well, but we just have that competition in us. We're very competitive. But shout out to Fez, he's a really good guy. Much love to him.
Thank you very much.
It's their first ever crown from Miss Supranational, and we're really proud of her because nung competition po, Miss Japan and Miss Indonesia are roommates, and Miss Japan and I were really close because we are neighbors. So the whole time, kapag nagtatagalog kami or like yung pakiramdam ng iba, hindi nila naiintindihan, si Harasha, she would really ask, what is it about? And she would really try to really interact with people. And that's what I really love about her. Siya rin yung, I think, somehow we have that common ground. Now we like talking to people. We like getting to know people. And so, when she was part of top 5, as an Asian, we were really proud of her representing us. And when she was called the winner, we were all happy. We were shouting, and I'm just so happy because I'm looking forward to her visiting this year, I hope, and we'll make some contents for you guys.
Thank you.
And I told them the supranational experience, it healed me. Kasi as someone who wasn't that, confident, who wasn't really out there, who wasn't really posting so much in social media, it somehow told me that I don't have to be someone else. I don't have to follow the trend. I don't have to follow the norms just to be noticed. And all I have to do is really showcase who I am as a person. And that authenticity brought me so much in a different level that I didn't know I would be here today.
Thank you so much and congratulations. And my next question is for, of course, our Mr. Supranational second runner-up. So congratulations. Second runner-up. Congratulations.
First, yeah.
Okay, so we all know that this is not your first time to join the international pageant, right?
This is my first pageant.
First pageant. All right. So since it's your first time, do you have any tips and advice on how to do during the international pageant?
Hello, that's a good question.
Miss Gay Supranational.
I guess it depends, right, on what pageant you're joining. So you have like international, which is more bubbly and like friendly, oil on the skin, speedos, and then supranational is more like, it's more professional, I would say. Like, what are you doing with your career? So, I mean, I can only speak for supranational, but if you are going for a pageant like supranational, I would say to continuously working on evolving as a man, and that's all aspects, not just physically looking good, but also putting your hands in the community, evolving in your career, whatever that may be, and just overall, holistically speaking, just becoming a better version of yourself. And then when you go on stage, that's when everything is going to show, that's when everything is going to shine, So it doesn't necessarily have to be training specifically for a pageant. I think a pageant is just a byproduct, or winning a pageant is a byproduct of what you're doing on your day-to-day. So make sure you got your day-to-day set. Yeah, thank you. Right, in Poland, yeah, like every day. I don't know if you watch the YouTube videos, but there's always like dance rehearsal, dance rehearsal. I'm talking like 5 to 7 hours of dancing a day. Yeah, so we didn't do any Q&A training. There was no like, okay guys, we need a workout. There was none of that. I was on our own time. But everything was dancing, actually. That's competition. Thank you.
Close. And she's planning to visit Philippines this month, I hope. We've been doing video calls every other day, like talking about our personal lives. And I didn't expect to have that connection with someone I didn't know, and someone that I just met throughout the competition. So that's something really special to me because gusto ko rin po i-share one of those nights we were tasked to wear our gowns. Pero parang that time, I don't feel beautiful enough to wear a gown, or I don't really feel good. So what I did, I wore this cocktail dress, and then I went to her room asking her, anong bagay na earrings? Yung long ba or short? And then sakto, ka-video call niya yung stylist niya. And they were telling me, what are you wearing? Wear a gown. And it was that time I was wearing a pink Manny Halasan gown with the long earrings, and it went so good. Like, I saw all the positive feedbacks. And that's one thing that I appreciate about Miss Nepal. She wants the best for me.
A candidate went to the next round wearing the same outfit. I would like to ask, is there a story behind it? Inasahan mo bang makapasok sa next round? And what was the inspiration behind that dress?
Actually, it was a Nari Espinosa dress styled by Sir Rick Sotelo. So, I didn't know we're supposed to bring 2 gowns for the top model. So, I only tasked Sir Rick 1 dress. So, it was my fault. And when I didn't expect that time na, sabi ko, baka hindi naman ako makapasok, ba't ba ako nag-worry masyado? Pero when we walked, and then the Philippines was called again for the first time, was called the first that time, nagulat ako kasi sabi ko, oh my God, anong ginagawa ko? Parang I wasn't sure of what I was doing, but like, natawag ako, so I need to change. But that time, sa backstage, I don't really have anything to change. And it would be a different look if I change it to something like a gown or a cocktail, so it won't work. So to me, I stick to my gut and I told myself, just put a different aura, you know, make yourself look more confident, and maybe you can do it. And that's what I did, but I think it worked in a sense that people noticed me among the organization. They were telling me, oh wow, Philippines, it's my first time seeing you like that. I didn't know your body is la 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 la. And I'm like, what? Parang nagulat ako kasi I didn't know people had that perspective of me na hindi pala nila ako nakikita. And now na nakita nila ako, they're so happy. So it was touching. It was touching for me.
But
maybe if I had a dress that has the same theme, it would somehow make a difference. But during that time, I was really happy with Miss Thailand. We are really close. I call her my pisao, ate, an elder sister. So I'm really happy for her.
okay, so let's talk more about your outfits, because that would lead to my next question. How did you choose your gown for both the crucial events of the competition? How did you choose that gold gown of Larry Espinosa would be the one that you would wear for the prelims, and the pink Manny Halasan gown would be for the finals?
You know, my first competition in Miss Rotary, if you can remember, I wore this black gown. And it wasn't something that I liked. It was something that someone wants me to wear. And then Miss Bulacan, and then Miss Philippines. So to me, it was a lesson that whatever the gown is, it shouldn't be how I feel. You know? Because wearing a gown is a privilege from a designer. So in my head that time, it doesn't really matter which gown, but I know that gold gown would really make a difference in the preliminary because that's the first time they would see me walking. So that time I was like, I have to wear the gold gown and then wear something comfortable during the finals night.
Bro. Francis. Here, kay Francis. Isa.
Here. Over here.
Okay. One more. Balik. Dito muna.
Once again, you can have your one-on-one interviews with our Miss Supranational Asian Oceania 2024 and Mr. Supranational. Brandon will also not just pose, but also with the slip song. Lower down.
Bini daw.
Dance, come on.